So this time of year, these wild asters are blooming everywhere, and I love them. And if you look up the etymology of aster, it means star. And so disaster means against the stars. And the original meaning of the word depression is being at an angle at which you cannot see the stars. And if you go to, I think it's Etymology Online, like the main etymology website, I will link it below. But they have an amazing article on there that talks about how etymology's joke on us is that every word that means understand is sort of like nonsensical. And so, the very word that means knowing doesn't really make any sense. So it means literally to stand under something. And so I thought about this in the context of looking up at the stars. So typically we look up at the stars and we're just like awed, and it puts everything into this wondrous perspective. And sometimes it makes us feel really small and maybe afraid or insignificant. And yet, like, that awe and wonder that's conjured by that, and like the idea of light traveling millions of miles to come to us, sort of like stands upon the light of consciousness itself, which is like, it's where like pride and humility like merge into this glorious nothing. So Live looked in the mirror, and she loved the curve of the E, and she loved the character of the V in the I, and the sharp, strong angle of the L. And then her stomach turned when she realized that she was evil. So she feels terrible about this, and she doesn't know what to do, but she thinks that she must fix it. She must fix herself. And so she goes to a wordsmith and has him rearrange her letters so that she spells, and she looks at herself in the mirror live again. So in this way, we can never look back at ourselves in an authentic manner. So one of the most like awe-inspiring verses in the Bible, if you had it read to you growing up and you interpreted it normally, is what God said to Moses: "You cannot see my face and live." But this starts to become really, really funny when you realize that you cannot see your own face. And I'm not just talking about like in the like a really deep spiritual meaning that you cannot see your face, a metaphor that you cannot look back at yourself, that there is no self, not two of you, one that can really see the other, but that you can only see a reflection of your face or your face on the screen. You cannot ever actually see your own face. So God made the first "your face" joke, and it just totally went over our heads. So this kind of like awe and fear and humility, it's just too perfectly put together.